Hello and welcome to 2 Minute Drill. The first round of the NFL draft has come and gone, and now here we are to give grades on the selections, so let's get started. With the first pick of the NFL draft, the Jacksonville Jaguars select Trayvon Walker, edge rusher out of Georgia. Say what you will, but the Jaguars took their favorite prospect of the class, and Walker truly has the upside to be a versatile and complete stud on the edge. I give this pick an A-.
With the second pick, the Detroit Lions select Aiden Hutchinson, an edge rusher from Michigan. Hutchinson is a stud and a slam dunk pick for the Lions. He may not have as safe of a floor as perceived, but I believe he has the traits and abilities to be the best edge rusher from this class. I give this pick a solid A.
With the third pick, the Houston Texans select cornerback Derek Stingley Jr. out of LSU. This is a high-risk, high-reward selection, but Derek Stingley Jr. has all the traits you could ask for from a cornerback. For a grade, I give the Texans a B.
With the fourth pick, the New York Jets select Sauce Gardner, a corner from Cincinnati. This is a bit of a surprise pick. Personally, I thought for sure they would go with Quay. Sauce is a perfect fit in Robert Saleh's scheme. Look for him to operate in a Richard Sherman-like role, locking down receivers. I give this pick an A-.
With the fifth pick in the draft, the New York Giants grabbed Kayvon Thibodeaux, edge out of Oregon. There's a case to be made for Thibodeaux as the top player in this class, and with Wink Martindale as his defensive coordinator, he has a chance to pop off immediately for the Giants. This pick gets an A+ from me.
With the sixth pick, the Carolina Panthers selected Quay, an offensive tackle from NC State. The board fell perfectly for the Panthers with 5 defensive players selected ahead of them. They had their pick of the litter and landed on Quay. I personally am a little lower on Quay's skills compared to the other tackles in the draft, but it's hard to argue against his upside. I give this pick a B+.
With the seventh pick, the Giants continue to dominate this draft, taking Alabama offensive tackle Evan Neal. Neal is my top-rated player in this class and should be a superstar before we know it at the next level. Easy A+ grade here.
With the eighth pick, the Falcons select Drake London, a wide receiver from USC. The Falcons could have gone in a couple different directions, and I'm a bit disappointed they ended up with London. However, when you think about the fit next to Pitts, it's going to be very difficult for teams to match up against both of them, so I give this pick a B-.
With the ninth pick, the Seattle Seahawks took Charles Cross, offensive tackle out of Mississippi State. Cross is already a top-level pass blocker, but needs some work in the run game. With the need at tackle, I think the Seahawks get a B+ for this pick.
With the 10th pick, the New York Jets are back on the clock and they take Garrett Wilson, a wide receiver from OSU. Wilson is a special talent with his separation and should be able to give Zach Wilson a reliable target down the field. The Jets have built a nice passing attack on all 3 levels. I give this pick a B+.
At pick number 11, the New Orleans Saints traded up to select Chris Olave, wide receiver out of Ohio State. The price wasn't too bad and getting a pro-ready weapon is good, but I had higher graded receivers on the board, so this pick gets a C+ from me.
With the 12th pick, the Detroit Lions come down from 32 and select Jameson Williams, a wide receiver from Alabama. I love this pick for the Lions. Williams was the best receiver left on my board, and I think he is a special talent. His injuries won't bother the Lions, who are still rebuilding, and I think he is the best deep threat in the draft. I give this pick an A.
At pick 13, the Eagles make a small trade up to jump the Ravens and get Georgia nose tackle Jordan Davis. Davis is a 6'6", 341-pound ball of fire, able to make an impact immediately on the defensive line. I think he's a surefire stud, but I think the Eagles had some other needs, so this pick gets an A- from me.
With the 14th pick, the Baltimore Ravens select Kyle Hamilton, a safety from Notre Dame. This was definitely a surprising pick. The Ravens already have 2 solid safeties in Marcus Williams and Chuck Clark. Hamilton is a super versatile player, and clearly the Ravens weren't concerned with his 40 time. I am very excited to see how the Ravens use Hamilton in their defense. I give this pick a solid A.
At pick 15, the Houston Texans select Kenyan Green, offensive guard out of Texas A&M. Getting line help was a big need for the Texans, but I felt there were better values on the board here at 15. Still, Green should be a safe, long-time starter in the NFL, so this pick gets a B from me.
With the 16th pick, the Washington Commanders select Jahan Dotson, a wide receiver from Penn State. The Commanders were in perfect position to draft Olave or Jameson Williams, 2 far better receivers, but picked up a 3rd and 4th instead and settled on Dotson. I like Dotson a fair bit more than the average person, but I really can't endorse this move. I give this pick a C-.
At pick 17, the Los Angeles Chargers select Boston College guard Zion Johnson. Johnson was my highest rated guard in the class and should help go a long way in protecting Justin Herbert. For a grade, I give this pick a B+.
With the 18th pick, the Tennessee Titans select Treylon Burks, a wide receiver from Arkansas. After a surprise move shipping out A.J. Brown for pick 18 and a 3rd, the Titans were on the clock and took the closest thing to Devo Samuel and A.J. Brown available in the draft. I love this pick. Burks was easily my highest rated wide receiver coming into the draft, and the Titans got my wide receiver 5. This pick is an easy A+ for Tennessee and should heal the pain of losing A.J. Brown a little bit.
With the 19th pick, the New Orleans Saints select Trevor Penning, offensive tackle out of Northern Iowa. Penning has all the athleticism and physicality in the world, but still needs to clean up a lot in regards to technique. I'm choosing to be an optimist in regards to him, though, and give this pick a B+.
With the 20th pick, the Pittsburgh Steelers select Kenny Pickett, a quarterback from Pittsburgh. I strongly dislike Pickett, and I don't think he deserves to be the first quarterback off the board at all. The Steelers have done their homework on Pickett and clearly believe that he is the best quarterback in the class and can be their guy for the next decade, but I don't share that vision and have to give this pick a D.
With the 21st selection, the Kansas City Chiefs grab Trent McDuffie, cornerback out of Washington. McDuffie is a smart, dependable, and consistent corner, perfect for what the Chiefs desperately need on the outside. I give this pick an A-.
With the 22nd pick, the Green Bay Packers select Quay Walker, a linebacker from Georgia. Walker was a sleeper to be the first linebacker off the board and a first-round pick, but I think there were much more talented players and linebackers on the board for them to take. The Packers have always had a unique draft strategy, and this may be the grade I regret the most, but I'm giving it a C-.
At pick 23, the Buffalo Bills trade up in order to get Kaiir Elam, cornerback out of Florida. Elam possesses nice length and athleticism to potentially blossom into something special, and working opposite of Tre'Davious White should only make his job easier. Still, I had higher graded options at the cornerback position on the board, so I give this pick a B.
With the 24th pick, the Dallas Cowboys select Tyler Smith, an offensive lineman from Tulsa. I think Smith will slot in at right guard for the Cowboys initially and then kick out to one of the tackle positions. Passing on Linderbaum here is a massive head scratch for Dallas and one I think they will live to regret. I give this pick a C.
With the 25th pick, the Baltimore Ravens select Iowa center Tyler Linderbaum. I think Patrick McCarry was more than good enough to start the season, but the Ravens went with a BPA approach this draft and it worked out well for them. All in all, I love Linderbaum, so this pick gets a B+ from me.
With the 26th pick, the New York Jets select Jermaine Johnson, an edge rusher from FSU. The biggest deal by far in the draft, Johnson in my eyes is a top 10 talent, and the Jets managed to steal him at pick 26. Johnson has such a high floor and is a safe, versatile option for the Jets. I give this pick a strong A+.
At pick 27, the Jacksonville Jaguars trade up and select Devin Lloyd, linebacker out of Utah. Lloyd was a superstar all season for the Utes and should be a safe, dependable linebacker and hopefully a promising young building block for the Jaguars long term. All in all, I grade this pick with an A-.
With the 28th pick, the Green Bay Packers select Devonta Wyatt, a defensive tackle from Georgia. Wyatt had some off-field stuff come up before the draft, and I thought for sure he would slide out of the first, but from a talent standpoint, this is about where he should go. Wyatt is a nasty fit next to Kenny Clark and gives the Packers one of the best pass rushing attacks in the NFL. I give this pick a B-.
With the 29th pick, the New England Patriots take Cole Strange, offensive lineman out of Chattanooga. The Patriots fill a huge need at guard after trading Shaq Mason to Tampa Bay, and Strange had the athleticism and upside that was bound to entice teams. But I had Strange a lot lower on my overall board and in my interior line rankings, so I give this pick a D+.
With the 30th pick, the Chiefs select George Karlaftis, an edge rusher from Purdue. Karlaftis is an intriguing prospect with his power and young age, but I think as a power rusher with short arms, he has a very high bust chance. The Chiefs always swing for the fences on their drafts, and Karlaftis has a high ceiling. I'm just not a fan. I give this pick a C.
At pick 31, the Cincinnati Bengals took Daxton Hill, defensive back out of Michigan. With Jesse Bates solidified at free safety, I think the Bengals are betting on upside and planning to deploy Hill all over the secondary. The versatility and upside is intriguing with Hill, but there's plenty of risk involved in this selection as well. All in all, I give the pick a B.
With the 32nd pick, the Minnesota Vikings select Lewis Cine, a safety from Georgia. I love this pick for the Vikings. I think Cine was an unsung hero for the Bulldogs defense and fits perfectly next to Harrison Smith. He has a great ability to play downfield against the run and also cover deep with his 4.37 speed. He can be a versatile piece for this Vikings defense. I give this pick an A-. That concludes our first round grades, and we plan on uploading more draft content all week and continuing to next season, so please consider dropping a like and subscribing to stay up to date on all our videos. And that's the 2-minute drill.